What's up everyone, we're back again with another deck profile featuring Viamance Bruce. I know I've been gone for a week with no deck profiles for dear days, so while waiting for the release date, let's do some deck profiles for standard format. So without further ado, let's get started. So for the ride line, we play the Diabolos ride line. For the main deck, I play 3 more additional copies of Viamance Bruce for Persona Ride. Then I play 4 copies of Julian. He is a good attack extender. Now you can free up your front row. So he calls over open rearguard circles, which you will get a lot when you retire your front row with Orlin. And you can do more multi-attacks. For the grade 2s, we play 4 Playmaker Ellie. He's a good early game to EB3 and search for a Diabolos on top 7. When you are in Final Rush, he gets boost. When you are in Final Burst, he gets +5. So he can be a poker when you are going first, and you get full of the effects when you are going second. Then I played 4 copies of Gino. He restands his column during the battle phase. Then at the end of the turn, he gets to put himself to the soul, then return something back to hand. I played 3 copies of Jamil. He is a 20k beater on Final Burst and 10k shield. And he also gets to soul counter blast 1 to soul charge 1 and call another unit on an open rearguard circle. So this is my personal tech. 2 copies of Tiscar. The meta lately has been more early game based, so especially if you are going second, you will be in a lot of trouble since this deck is offensive minded, and not getting your pieces would end up badly for you. So with Tiscar, we can fetch our pieces. Guard can use as a discard fodder aside from Orlindo. On Persona turns, she can boost. So it is a good way to fill up the board and swing for bigger numbers or more consistently. Then to remove some of the opponent's pieces, I run 1 path tricks. So he forces your opponent to intercept 2 rear guards when you are in Final Burst. And he also gets +10k. Then another personal tech for Estation matchups, I run 1 Leonard because the Estation player forces to guard the last token in the center column aside from the attack from Vanguard. For the grade 1s, I play 4 on Lindo, the promo card that is like discard when discarded during your turn or put into soul from deck. He gets to call himself to the rearguard, and when he's in the center, you get to retire 2 Diabolos front. You draw 1 and move a back column rearguard to a front row. Meaning with his skill, you get to retire the front row, then you draw 1 back to hand, and you get to move Julian to the front row and swing for up to 7 attacks after you restand your rearguard columns at the end of the battle phase, at the end of the battle that your Vanguard attacks. Then I play 4 copies of Hines. When placed, he gets to put a card with Diabolos from drop into soul. If Final Burst, he gets +10. If Final Rush, he gets +5. So a good 18k booster or attacker. Then when he is retired, you get to soul blast 1 and CC 1. So multi-utility card. Lastly, I play 4 copies of normal effect PGs. I don't play the Elementaria because sometimes when I play Elementaria, it is the one that is in the soul, so I cannot fetch it out with Gino. So I maximize the perfect cards instead. So I get the perfect cards consistently into the soul and fetch them back. The triggers, I play 10 copies of criticals, 4 copies of effect draws. Since we are offensive minded deck and we are also piece reliant, to fulfill our combos we need draws and defensive draws. So if possible, we can kill the opponent by turn 3 or 4, but not prolonging the game any more than turn 5. Dark States OT, because of course we want pressure on the Vanguard because the columns are already big, so we could do more pressure when our Vanguard has a critical. Then 4 regular heals. So we are in final burst. Jamil gets plus 10k, Hines gets plus 10k because he's from hand. Patrick also gets plus 10k, so we get to swing with Patrick first, then swing with Jamil, then using the skill of Orlando we get to retire both, then we draw 1, we move Julian to front row, then we get to swing, then we soul charge. Let's say we soul charge this, then we get to call 2 rear guards. I call Gino, and this is where this card might come in handy if this is a persona turn. Let's say this card gets to also stand by herself because Gino targets a column that doesn't need to have a Diabolus card name, so you get to withstand this card. Let's say you don't have Ellie into soul. She could be a substitute for her on persona turns. Plus you get to soul charge 1. So let's continue with this attacks. Let's say this is a persona turn. We get to swing. Swing with Vanguard. Restand this. Skill up Gino, restand this, then swing again, then swing again for a total of 7 attacks. Let's say this is a going first turn. We are only in final rush, sorry. So what we can do is we can swing with Ellie for 10. Hines is just on play, so he gets plus 5, so swing for 30. Orlando skill, retire both to draw 1, then move Julian to front. Let's say we only have 1 damage, 2 damage, let's say. Swing with Julian to call Jamil, then Jamil skill. You can call Steve into the back row, then we swing with Vanguard. No restand because we are not in final burst. Then swing with this column. Jamil is good because his skill doesn't require you to be in final burst, but does require your Vanguard to be Viamance boost, so it could be a board filler. Like, I think that's all I need to cover for this deck profile. The deck is relatively slightly tricky to play between final burst and final rush, but once you get the hang of it, then adapt to multiple swings and multiple attacks, up to 7 attacks, you can easily win some games. But we have to keep in mind that this deck is not like the higher tier ones that has also a good defensive hand, has good early game, has a lot of aggression and criticals or whatsoever. This deck is just purely attack based, and board filling can be a hard thing to do, especially if your opponent is a control deck. And let's say for example Bob Sagra, this deck quite struggle, and your best bet for this deck is to always go first. So that's all for this deck profile. So I would like to see you guys again for the next deck profile. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you again for watching.